Okay. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. If you're new here, I'm Intuitive Light Seer J, and this is a safe space for you to heal, gain clarity, enlightenment, and confirmation. Okay, so we're gonna get started on the collective message. All right, just like better light. I'm gonna set the intention that my energy only be allowed to be shared with those who intend to reciprocate, those who do not use, abuse, manipulate, and or distort. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Hey, Belinda, welcome in. Thank you for tapping that screen. I'm just doing a little bit of Palo Santo. Hear the energy before we step in. All right. And say thank you to the Most High for all of these beautiful messages. Um, all right. Go to my blood, root of my root, bone of my bone. Please show me what my human eyes cannot see. Dear God, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and ascended master, I ask that you give me clear and concise messages. All right, good luck. Um, it's just 14 people in here that quick. Hi y'all. Tap that screen for me. We're gonna get into the collective message. Whoa. Yeah, blood, blood, root of my root, bone of my bone. Please show me what my human eyes cannot see. The God, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and ascended masters. I ask that you give me clear and concise messages. That any and all negative, somebody's name is Isabella. Any and all negative energies, entity attachments, forward hexes, curses, distortions being sent to myself or collective are the messages, as well as crown chakra, a third eye, sight and vision. I declare and decree that it be banished and binded, and the intentions be returned back to the sender immediately and indefinitely times 10. Ashe got high spiritual ranking out here. Ashe. Something about a beach trip. This is a lot different from TikTok. They don't really tell me who's coming in so I can speak, or the everything is different. Money is the icing, not the cake. All right. Somebody celebrated too soon. Most people think that, because I mean that's the agenda that's being pushed to the collective as a whole, to people as a whole worldwide. As long as you got money, then you got the cake. You don't. Some For some people, money won't get you into certain rooms. It won't get you into certain environments, and it won't get you into certain people's lives. Don't matter how much of it you got. However, integrity, morality, faith will get you in certain rooms. Jealous of the love and support that you get in the work node. And I don't know. I don't know how people come to that conclusion other than the fact that people are pushing that as like an agenda for show. Because most people, when they tell you their stories, they tell you that they were homeless or they was in the hood or they was this or they was that before um they became famous, before they got rich, before the lights, the camera, the action. Like people saw them as a star before that. So I mean, other than that agenda being pushed, I don't really. If we do our research, guys, come on now. And men exist for reasons like that. Men exist for reasons like that. This I'm just gonna tell y'all what he said. He's already been banned from this space, but he said nice titties and shit. If a motherfucker would have said that to me in real life, I would probably pimp slapped his ass. And if he was an abusive type of man, he would probably hit my ass back. This is why men exist sometimes. Because you niggas don't know how to watch your fucking mouth. Excuse my language. Titties and shit. I'd be wrong if I say nice ass hanging out the back of them jeans, huh? Show gratitude. We'd have been outside tumbling home. Tumbling. What is you talking about? Fuck wrong with you? Who are you talking to? Why? Y'all different. Y'all get on this internet and beat y'all fucking thumbs and get on this keyboard and get doing this weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know y'all wouldn't say that shit to half these women in real life. The man hits you back, doesn't that make him abusive of your age? Huh? You retracted that statement. Hi, Nathan. It's a little more dangerous around these folks. Y'all just be mm-mm, mm-mm. And then I ain't got no moderators in this. This is ugh. Gonna clear that energy out. That's what you call a fucking creep. And a bold one at that. A bold one at that. Imagine if I was somebody's daughter. They don't think about that shit when they say shit to people. They just see you walking down the street. And they be the same people that have kids that age or people in their family that's that age that they'll go to jail if a motherfucker talk to them like that. A man has every right to hit you back, doesn't make him abusive. I didn't say that he was abusive, he hit me back. The abuse would be for you to think that you can come up to a woman and think that you can disrespect her and that you're not going to be reprimanded for that, if you ask me. Because after that, after I say something back to you, it's not like that's not the type of man that's gonna say one thing and then just walk away. No, these types of men are triggered by the fact that you don't want them. And so they will continue to poke and provoke you, like saying shit like, oh, nice titties and shit, and then get mad when you hit their ass. Luckily, I've learned to keep my hands to myself. And everything that somebody says doesn't make me put my hands on that. Now I said I would have wanted to smack his ass for sure. But would I smack him? No, I would expect for a man to do something about that. That's why I said men exist for reasons like this. Because you would not have that person would not have disrespected me the way that they did if I was somebody in their family. If I was somebody that they knew, if I was somebody they had respect for. But you came up to me with no respect and you thought that you were going to get away with that because what? There's not a man around because we on the internet 11:11 on the time. What? And honestly, some of us are bigger than you niggas. If we was to put our hands on you, some of y'all would actually be beat the fuck up. Yeah, I really used to tussle with my baby daddy. Not a game. But chokeholds and all, huh? Yeah, we used to play fight, but still, that's not the point. That's why we got to places where we would really like, he ain't punch me, but still, like, we was seriously doing it. And it was because we was play doing it. And that was the problem. When y'all start letting men do certain things as a joke or like y'all playing, when y'all get serious, that shit still comes into play because they thinking in their mind, well, we was playing like this. All right. Till he pick your ass up and DDT you on a fucking mirror. All right. While you pregnant. Yeah. You have the right to hit a woman back, but you don't have the right to sit there and disrespect women constantly. That's abuse. Refusing to give you what you need on purpose. 124. Hi, I'm new here. No, I like your hair. Thank you. Don't hit a man. You're not a physical match. It's not size, it's strength and mindset. Sometimes it's about size. Sometimes some people are physically bigger than you, and you will not be able to beat them because of that. If you don't know, look at Lex, for example. It's a lot of bitches that she can beat up solely because she's bigger than them and her reach is longer than them. Sometimes people are physically out of your range of beating the fuck up in that way, and you just need to be able to accept it. You just need to be able to accept that. Some people will have more body mass and muscle than you. Unless we talking karate and martial arts and things of that nature, because that's about mind, breath, technique, and all of that. If we just talking about street fighting and boxing, that has to come into play. But if we're talking about karate and we're talking about martial arts, there's a different technique and strategy to that. And I don't do martial art, and I don't want to fight no bitches. If we're gonna be honest, I've had my fair share of fights. I'm not looking to get in a tussle with no bitch. I don't know why y'all go looking for fights. Now, if somebody puts their hands on me, best believe I'm gonna handle it. But I'm not going searching for no fucking fights. I'm not going to look to show the next bitch I'm tougher than her. No. Because 9 times out of 10, my mental is tougher than most motherfucking women and men. Like, what the fuck do I look like trying to show you I'm physically tougher than you when I endure more in life, period? Like, our level, our definition of toughness is not the same, love. It's not. The only time you will ever see me in a tussle is if somebody put their hands on me. I don't consider fighting to make you tough. I don't. Just because you can fight doesn't make you tough. It's a lot of shit that people endure mentally, emotionally, like a woman who has gone through labor. Certain shit that people have endured that motherfuckers couldn't fathom doing in their lifetime. You get what I'm saying? Like, my definition of tough ain't the same. But men will do stuff like what he just did, disrespect a woman, sexualize her body, come up to her and say some very rude ass shit like that. And then because we are women and we're not looking to tussle with no man and we go about our business, they think that type of shit is okay. But if a man was there, you get your ass beat for that. And they know that. True, I'm 6 foot. Boys half my size would try to come at me and left crying. Oh, I know. I done beat a couple niggas up my damn self. I don't have to flex that though. You see what I'm saying? I'm not used to fighting bitches. Anyways, a man has the right to defend himself, but no, she shouldn't raise. No, he shouldn't raise a hand to a woman. I have a son, hun. I know exactly what my even my brothers know. I never said for a second let no woman put their hands on you. I never said that. But I also never said go swing on a woman. Defend yourself, yes, but you don't have to do that by putting your hands on a woman, by picking her up and slamming her body on a fucking glass mirror. You don't have to do it like that. Dragging her by her fucking ankles out of the house. You don't do that. I gave up my karmic family unit because that's what happened to me. Fuck. And I got the motherfucking pictures to prove it. I ain't even gonna do that. I just talking out my ass. In my phone. Where's the proof? In my phone. But y'all be too scared to come get that. Y'all be too scared to really get the real. That's why y'all don't come to the source and y'all believe the shit that's chattering around the streets. Y'all ain't ready to come to the source. That's tough. Motherfuckers ain't even willing to come to your ass. That's tough. Cause you know you gonna hand them their ass. Worse than you could if you beat their ass. I got more respect for a motherfucker that's willing to go see what it's about for themselves. Mm. Oh, it's probably this, it's probably that. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a thought in your head as long as you never go get the truth. It's probably gonna be all in the wind until you go get the truth. And that's what a lot of these niggas don't want y'all to do. Be willing to go have them tough conversations with them bitches. All of that. Don't come to me as a woman. Come to me. Come to me. Tell me what are we doing? Stop playing. Cause these niggas be selling y'all fucking dreams and fantasies and y'all acting like this shit is real life. No. They're telling you what the fuck you want to hear and they're doing it on purpose. And it's because they know you ain't tough. They know you too soft in your emotions to go ask that bitch what's really going on. Oh, okay. I never instigated, but I was 6 foot 12 years old. And they saw me as a challenge. Yeah. Most boys saw me as a challenge just because I wasn't willing to just laugh and to keep from crying. Yeah, I bet it is funny. Cause you know if you gonna have that conversation with that goddamn girl, your feelings gonna be hurt. And them niggas know that. They play on that. The fuck? Uh, yeah. It's just because I had always had a smart mouth. I always had a smart mouth. So I didn't give a fuck if it was a nigga or not. I would love to hear you moan. Ain't that some shit? I remember this boy had the meanest crush on me when I was younger, and that shit used to piss me off. Y'all have been pissed off that somebody like you? Like, why the fuck do you like me? Leave me alone. He used to follow me to his house, to my house. He used to be around my sister. Where your sister at? Leave me alone. I don't like this nigga. Stop. Please stop. Arguing like a married couple. But just please, no, I don't like you. I don't like you. Leave me alone. You okay? Okay. We'll make you some medicine. Up is checking that phone when you know something in it. But you don't want to admit that you don't want to check that phone because you know something in it. Now you done waited so long not to check the phone that the bitch done came to you. And you still scared to have a conversation, but you tough. Yeah, I extra tough ass. Yeah, I bitch, I nip shit in the bud before it even get there. Oh, you got a female best friend? What make that her your what's making her this close to you? You got all these nigga friends. You know that's cheating, right? To be sitting there confiding into another woman while you got a relationship, right? You know that's cheating, right? Oh, okay. But the fuck can you and her talk about that you and your homeboys can't talk about? Tell me that. Why is it that she knows shit that they don't know? Oh, okay. I swear y'all be tough, but have 2 cent fucking feelings. Tough ain't when you can whip a gun out. Tough ain't when you can whip a bitch ass. Tough is when you can have a conversation without breaking down crying because you know what the fuck is going on. These niggas know y'all not willing to break down in front of another bitch because you done sat there and believed every lie a nigga done told you. They know that. And they know if she start talking, you gonna start crying. Stop playing. You gonna start crying. I'm going to give more. Somebody want to give more? Please. Funeral pallbearer. Rest is important. Some of us are tough enough to find out that a nigga's cheating on us and do what's best for us and not sit there and cry. And I'm not saying don't cry. We cry, but What I'm saying is we're tough enough to take it. Take that shit on the chin. You knew, you saw the red flash, you saw the signs, you participated in this shit. You gotta take accountability for the part you played in this shit, and some of us are tough enough to do that. We love to blame the nigga, but guess what? We knew a nigga was sleeping around with other bitches, and you thought he wasn't gonna come bring you some shit. And be us trying to skip over the signs and the warnings and then act like it's all his fault. No, this was a mutual problem here. This was a mutual issue. I stopped playing with niggas a long time ago. Once I fucking had a baby, bitch, ain't nobody finna put me through that shit again. And I ain't no, and I'm not getting what I deserve. You're out your fucking medulla. You think I'm ever finna do that again? You're out your fucking mind. You think I'm ever finna do that shit again and I'm not getting what I deserve. You got to be shitting me. No, I have demands after that shit. Demands, ho. What's new? Somebody looking for an altercation. Pay them no mind. Just because they want to sleep with you. It's your fucking mind. And I'm not even potentially, possibly, sort of, maybe putting myself in a position to have to do some shit like that again, and I'm not getting what I deserve. Oh no. But these niggas know y'all be desperate and willing to do that shit. And so when you end up pregnant, they looking at it like it ain't my fault. And technically, you let that nigga play on that shit, so it ain't his fault. That be the part we don't want to admit. We hold the power, but y'all be giving it away. Just give it to them. Giving it away. No, make your demands. Pull yourself together and make your fucking demands. Don't take it personal. It's not personal. Trust me. Sometimes some of these situations don't end up being personal until you end up pregnant or involved in emotionally. And now you taking it personal. Don't take it, but it wasn't personal at first. Remember? It was business. Mm. It's a must that you elevate. This person needs to get a personal. All right. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to me in multiple different places. Just click that link in my bio. There should be a link to my Instagram. My TikTok is up there. Maybe even a link to my website might be up there. I just have to check to make sure. But if you want to get a personal from anyone else, you're more than welcome to do so. But you are being guided to get a personal. But if you would like one from me, that's how you can find it. All right. 888 angel number is significant. All right. Somebody needs to call a caseworker. Or somebody is just called a caseworker, someone who stole over $150,000 in funds from their job, the Savannah Police payroll thief, year 2024. No charges pressed, no trial, nothing was done about it. Okay, somebody could just give this caseworker a call. Yeah, in denial. Denial is a river. So, okay, this is a they're in denial about this shit. This person's a single parent, which they are. They're in denial about this shit. The part that they played in this shit. They don't want to take accountability for their part. Hyperthermia, a highly superior autobiographical memory, the ability to recall things nearly every day of your life in vivid and uncontrollable details. All right. Somebody can literally go back to the moment, tell you what it smelled like, what it looked like, what it feel like, what was I wearing that day, how was my hair, who did I run into, what coffee was I drinking. They can recall every single detail. All right. Psalms 32. Lord my God, I cried to you for help and you restored my health. All right. Somebody's health has been restored. Someone standing 10 toes down behind their decisions. Standing 10 toes down behind your decisions. Okay. I'm going to talk you through it. All right. Somebody's relearning to prioritize your sleep. You're relearning to prioritize your sleep. Money matters are significant. All right. The light and the darkness. Somebody's having to deal with some sort of medical bills. Okay. Somebody made a promise on their deathbed. Okay. Abusive relationship. This is who you will break your celibacy for. Shh. All right. Love on the brain. Willing to risk it all. Yes. You want something? Out the fridge? Somebody's going through a lot right now. So even if they want to be your friend, they can't. I'd rather be disliked for the impact that comes with my presence rather than to pretend like that's not who I am. I'm gonna repeat that. This is a collective of people who rather be disliked for the impact that comes with them than to pretend like that's not who they are. Truth. Somebody's amazing. They get upset when they see you doing good. Attorney misconduct, a violation of ethical rules. Somebody's pretending like something wasn't taken. It was taken. And this person was paid under the table. Okay, my chart results. Okay, I choose you. Thursday. This was Thursday or last Thursday. Somebody was trying to keep the truth from coming out. A judge. I'm telling you, look up the name Tiffany Welch. Look up the name Tiffany Welch online. You'll see it all. It's on there. You make this shit up. I was raised around her kid. Lived in the same house. All of that. These ain't no motherfuckers I just know off the street. No. My uncle has a child with her. It is not a game. A vacuum for her mouth. My God, don't run out. Struggling to find peace. This person has medical bills they're trying to pay. That's why they're trying to like force whatever this is. It's not working, but still, this is about their medical bills. This person is experiencing an illness due to backfires, cold, sick, STDs, or broken bones and body pain. This person did it for the money. They thought they could outsmart the Most High and played themselves. Attempted to murder the mother of their child / children. This has been proven. Boundaries out here and contentment. The cards are pregnant. I don't even have to explain that shit. I don't have to explain what just came out. Thailand, humanity focused. It's always going to be somebody out there that needs more from you. Go find somebody else that need more from. Below average out here. These are the types of individuals that end up blaming victims or not believing people because they need more. They need this, they need that. All you need is to be put in that same position. That's all. Acts of service, thoughtful actions that bring ease to you. Casting. So someone's being guided to do something as a thoughtful act of service. This has something to do with some sort of casting. But also it says um didn't want to ruin their reputation. So whoever this person is, maybe they wanted to do something, but their reputation is what's, I don't know, they're thinking about. Heartbreak doesn't last forever. Crocodile tears. Pretending their actions weren't intentional and they don't feel guilt for what they did to you. This person is pretending. Okay, do understand. They're pretending their actions weren't intentional. They were very fucking intentional, and they don't feel bad at all for what they did to this collective. And one thing I've learned to be numb to is shit like crocodile tears. Because I've watched my mother, I've watched my father, I've watched my sister, I've watched my grandmother do some foul fucking shit and then turn around and play victim and cry. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? You will receive funds today. Foul ass shit. and you crying. That's how you know that somebody's hurt has turned them into someone who hurts people. That's when you can see clearly somebody has hurt you and it has turned you into the person that you are because you decided you didn't want to do the necessary work to heal yourself from what the fuck happened to you. And you're taking it out on other people. Somebody being very prideful about some sort of film. You will successfully pass your test. Yeah. Somebody's being strategic. Whistleblower out here. Cancer. Alignment. Someone snitching on the group. Someone snitching on the group. All right. Because they feel like they did something and it was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I didn't know that's what the group had planned. Ages 13 to 16 years old. I am my ancestors' wildest dream. Like, hold on. Did nobody tell me? And I low key remember kind of being that person. Like, it's complicated, but when you're around a bunch of people who are pretty much doing illegal shit, and it's all because you understand that's what they feel like they have to do. It's like high school, y'all, if not younger. And you haven't necessarily done anything illegal yourself quite yet. You maybe know about a lot of illegal shit that's being done, but you aren't the one that's having to do anything illegal quite yet. That don't mean the opportunity won't be presenting itself. And that might have just what happened. Like the group decided something and they knew this person normally just goes along with it, and that's what this shit was. This person gonna go along with it anyways. Fools rush in. They not gonna go against the grain. Yeah, there's a judge trying to hide a child's inheritance, and also the fact that they're like a part of the LGBTQ community. So his name is Dominique. Authentic and Thursday. Secret collaboration. They don't have the means to prove you wrong, but they still try. They couldn't prove you wrong if they wanted to, but they still try. Just because there's space for people to think something, I'm gonna try to make it. You know what I mean? I'm real prideful. Like, okay. Nah. Colorism is what's going on. That's what's going on. Competing where they don't compare. And I hate when men do this to women. I don't really hate it, but it's like real gross. It's repulsive to see a man put himself in competition with a woman. It's real repulsive. Film out here. It's crazy. Y'all are not even in the same lane. Your purposes in life are not the same. Why are you doing that? Somebody feels like, oh, somebody's a lot less cute to them because they don't. You're not a Barbie doll type. Sorry, you just don't shut up, sit still, be quiet, just take it. No. So you're less cute to somebody because you don't just take shit, and that's okay. That means you're grown as fuck, and you're not a child still in the mind. Okay. People who move like that are still trying to figure out what to do with life, where to go, how to move. They haven't done their own work to see how they want to move in life. They just listen to what the people around them think they should do. And that's what people be calling advice. That's not advice. That's what they're doing in their life. They're winging it and they're telling you to wing it. Okay? They're winging it and they're telling you to wing it. I love the sound of your voice. I could listen to you talk all day. Somebody feels like your voice is soothing. I have never met anyone like you ever. Someone has never met anyone like you ever. Someone recently passed away, and somebody else is being sat down by the Most High. Energy vampire. Says God is being hard on everyone right now. Either you're with Yahweh or you're against. So you're being forced to pick a side now. Okay. We think when we're satisfied fleshly or when we're satisfied emotionally that means that we've picked the side of the Most High, and that's 9 times out of 10 not the truth. Most of the times when you're doing what the Most High asks you to do, it's uncomfortable. So if you comfortable in every decision you making, you most likely ain't making the right decisions. Just gonna keep it a bean. The importance of connecting with others, stay locked in. Because each decision, each level of growth, each ascension is gonna be more and more uncomfortable. Because you're stepping into a version of yourself that you weren't. So that means that I'm leaving behind all of the things or the versions of myself that I was, which is uncomfortable. Virgo out here. There is nothing that cannot be found out by way of spirit. Be like, we're tough, and then be like, oh no, don't come to me as a woman. Besides, like, no, we tough. That's a labor of love. Property will be released to you soon. All right. I'd rather be able to take the truth than to take an ass whooping. If you ask me, certain ass whoopings are just not necessary to take. You pick and choose your battles, but I will always choose the truth. And sometimes that feels like an ass whooping. But y'all gonna be ready for that. Because then it's you having to take accountability for what you did and the part you played. Somebody claims to know you better than you know yourself, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. This is not somebody who feels that you are worthy when others don't. Okay, this is somebody who wants to make you feel like you're not worthy. Grammy winner, they're hiding their obsession. Okay, time's up. This person is a part of production. Somebody could be a stylist. One thing that I saw earlier today that was very fucking true. There's not a lot of men out there. There's a lot of people, like he said, stops at YN. None of them know how to be gentlemen. None of them know how to be men. And it ain't about tools and none of that shit. I mean, really being a gentleman to a woman. Y'all niggas don't know how to do that. Excuse me. Y'all don't know how to honor a woman, and that is a man to honor a woman. and to be honored in return. Somebody's getting 15 years of prison time for being a lookout. They in denial about this shit too. What's significant about a trip to a beach? All right, some custom artwork. There could have been some sort of a forest fire. A really amazing friend. Somebody could have made some custom artwork for this Grammy winner. My ears ringing. Intuition never lies. Make love to me. Used to be on see you in the reverse. Like somebody could be making it seem like, no, I just want this person to, oh, I just want to separate or I want to part ways, but it's not that. Internally, somebody is really obsessed with sleeping with somebody. Like this is like bothering them. It's bothering them. It's an obsession. Somebody could be used to getting whatever they want, and then found the motherfucker they can't get whatever they want with, and it's literally fucking with them. It's literally fucking with them. Because somebody knows that even if you bring somebody in a certain space or environment, they're still gonna stand 10 toes on that shit, and that's gonna further fuck with them. They ain't ready for that. They're not ready for that. They're not ready for that. Somebody was hunting you like a dog. I'm telling you, and hiding it. They will need you before you ever need them. So I don't know. It's like trying to make it seem like, oh, this is a great place to work, or this is great, you know what I mean? A great environment to work in. But as long as you do what we say do, as long as you don't have like a personality of your own, as long as you're not like too much for what we want, like, you can't be yourself here because then we're going to have to fire you. That's the energy. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Cause this ain't like, oh no, you can't curse here, you can't wear these type of clothes, you can't walk like this. This is you can't be you here. What the fuck is that? That sounds like racism if you ask me. I'm gonna keep it a bean. That sounds like pure racism, even if you're not like black. That sounds like racism. And honestly, all racism is division. Oh, us whites sit over here because we're better, and you blacks sit over there because you're not. That's the vibe. Like you can't work here because we're better than you, but you can. You see, and people don't understand that they have and take what's all they've taken what's already been indoctrinated in them and twisted it to their own form and fashion of it. White people even do this to white people. Oh, you can't work here. You're the trailer park type of white people. Then y'all wonder why every time y'all go to work, you never feel like it's a safe space because it's not. No matter how much we try to paint it like it's a safe space, it's not. When you can't be yourself, that safe is not space for that safe is not there's a safe. Okay? Maybe that's what those numbers are about. 114 is significant and 4343. Um, there's a safe or safety deposit box. Um, But you wondering why you going into those places not feeling safe because it's not safe. You cannot be yourself. You have to fragment yourself. You gotta wear the white voice. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Like, no, you're not being yourself. You can't speak on these certain things because these things make us uncomfortable. Okay. Well, then you'll never grow. You'll never grow. That's when you put a ceiling on yourself. When you have made it to where people who actually trigger growth cannot come into that space. That's when you have slapped the ceiling on yourself. When you have learned that I can't work with everybody, that's when you've slapped the ceiling on yourself. Do understand? Because you can work with everybody. It takes for you to grow and evolve and be able to do so, though. Y'all be putting too much of y'all personal feelings into working with people. And this is why co-parenting is a great example of take your fucking feelings out of it. It's not about you. It's about the person. It's about the environment at hand. What is the best for this period overall? Not how we feel, what we think should go, or anything like that. Allowing this injustice. Law officials who allow injustices. They know that you're being wronged. Corruption is being uncovered. Somebody celebrated too soon. Somebody can feel death creeping up on them. They can feel death creeping up on them. They don't define you. You survived those children. True. Somebody's calling the doctor. It's life or death. All right. High vibration out here. You make me giddy. Hate that for y'all. No, I don't believe in your version of God, but I do believe in God. I'm going to repeat that for the deaf ears. I don't believe in your version of God, but I believe in God. You saved the child's life. It's not that you're a know-it-all off of appearance. People just underestimate your intelligence, and they think that they will be the ones to teach you before you can ever teach them anything. And that's what I've learned. Like, I used to shut up, but once I shut up, I realized most of y'all motherfuckers don't have anything better to say than what I have to say. We're being honest. Like, we're not getting anywhere with this conversation. I realize that I trigger more change with me opening my mouth than me shutting the fuck up. So I'm keeping it being. And when we understand this, we will respect each other. Everyone is someone important to Christ. Yeah, I used to shut up and be quiet because every time I talked around my family, nobody even acknowledged what I was saying. And it's because they didn't want to grow. They wanted to stay in those same mindsets. They didn't want to look at the fucking obvious shit that I was looking at. And then motherfuckers sit around and act like they always incorporated you into shit. No, you were just always there. You never had a say so, grown or little. You were just always there. Nobody listened to shit you had to say. Nobody gave a fuck. Honestly, when you shut up for half of your fucking life, you learn a lot. When people make you shut up for majority of your fucking life, you learn a lot. And you learn that a woman has a lot of power in her tongue when she chooses to speak at the right times. not just women, men, of course, but at the same time, there's this narrative put on women that we should be quiet, we should be meek, we should be small, we are to be seen and not to be heard. And that is a fucking lie. That's a lie. Do you know how many queens have set forth impacts that are still impacting us today? Because they decided, because they decided not to shut up and just do what a nigga said do, or do what their parents said, because they decided to speak. So no, I won't shut up. Prepare to hear me for the end of your days, unless you are better off leaving me the fuck alone. Mm. I will forever have a space created like this for not only women to speak, but anybody to speak their truth and to be seen and to be heard. Y'all motherfuckers be wanting to be put on pedestals, but don't want to make anybody else feel seen or be heard. That's what this space is about. Y'all just want people to shut up and listen. How about you listen? Did you ever think that being a listening ear is more impactful than what you have to say sometimes? Have you ever thought about the fact that most people haven't gotten to express themselves? When I went to that meeting the other day, the meeting that I went to, there was a lady who I could tell for the life of her, nobody listened to her. And even while we were there, some people weren't listening to her. But it's all about being able to listen to some people sometimes. Sometimes it's not about what people need to hear. It's about what you need to hear from those people in order to know what they're going through. I mean, and we ended, and it was so crazy. I was in the same shelter as that lady. Mm. And I ended up speaking to her afterwards. I was like, I'm so glad that you're doing well and all of this and this and that and the third, because nobody fucking listened to that lady. She just wanted to be heard, especially after being abused. Most people in abuse are told to be quiet. And then y'all put people further in environments where they have to be quiet, where they can't express themselves, where they can't be authentic, where they can't be real, where they can't be seen, where they can't be heard. And think you doing somebody a fucking favor. Watch it from the outside of the live. Y'all not doing people a favor by making them go back into the same environments they just came out of. How about you sit down and ask them people what they need? Y'all wonder why people be quick to get up and get a fucking podcast mic and just talk and say the shit that they want to say. It's because the people around them never listen to them. Nobody listens. This is what I mean. Everybody want to talk and nobody want to listen. That's why when I get out this live, you'll see me listen more than I talk. You did what God guided you to do. I never said I was perfect. Time's up. Because somebody moving out of spite about some sort of film. And they're not being honest. They have an obsession. Period. They're also in denial about the fact that they're trying to use you as an outlet for their anger. They want to take their anger out on you and then try to make it seem like this is a safe space. No, man. So show gratitude. All right, I'm about to wrap this up. If you guys want to see the elements, go over to YouTube. I'm sorry, we're on YouTube. Go over to TikTok at IntuitivelightSeerJae and follow over there, and I'll be live over there. Okay. Somebody's Indian. I know you require more of me, and it scares me. All right, that's the timeline that somebody's on. Never had good intentions for you. Also in denial about that. It's not a fantasy. Making plans came out in the reverse. Copycat. True nature. No more sweeping shit under the rug. All right. I'm gonna upload the live from yesterday on here because I feel like that live was also very impactful. Because that energy, I felt like, well, shit came from the new version of self. But yeah, stop letting these men fund y'all's entire life so much so to the point to where you can't even have a say so, and you pandering to their fucking feelings. So yeah, I'm gonna upload that live. But people will respect you more for being real about what you have to say, and most people won't be real about what they have to say because of where their money coming from. All right. All right, I am Intuitive Lights here, Jay, and this was a safe space for you guys to heal, gain clarity, enlightenment, and confirmation. All right, y'all go over to TikTok and give me a follow over there, and I'll be live over there. I always ask that you guys take these things back to prayer before incorporating anything into your life. And I hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna call all of my energy back to me. From every timeline, dimension, and reality, asking that to be cleared and purified before this return back to me immediately and indefinitely. And I'm gonna return all of your energy back to you. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right. And I will see y'all later. If you want to see this live, if you missed any parts of this live, it'll be uploaded. Just click live underneath my YouTube channel account and you'll see all of the lives, but also this one. All right. Bye. Angels, ancestors, guys, listen to messages. This me closing this portal.